All right, guys. Welcome back. It's Validation Boy live stream, May 4th, 2017. This will probably be a little bit shorter of an episode. Just going to fly solo. Small handful of people in here. And I was thinking about titling this episode The Devil's on Barbie's Back. But I'm not going to title it that. But I definitely need to clear up the air and tell a little story. So it's story time, guys. Apparently, Barbi Mcgill quit YouTube, and some people are blaming Lord Stephen Christ, and other people are blaming Validation Boy for this. Well, I'm going to start at the top. Okay, I'm going to start at the top of the story. So, I was never really much of a fan of Barbie. I knew she was all right, but I never really liked how she talked in circles a lot and didn't really say much, but yet just kind of just was able to fill up shows and without really saying anything. But yeah, her sweetheart, yeah, Barbi McGill apparently took her entire channel down and everything, and it was I was the pretty much the last guest she ever had on her show, and I guess she wants to blame me and whatever, you know. Thing is, though, is that I wasn't really subscribed to her or anything, and then once I started doing shows where I was having guests, I figured I'd get some of the people on that were, you know, easy to get access to and names that people knew, just so that, you know, the shows would be better. So I got in contact with Barbie, and I was cool with her, and I invited her on, and she came on one of my shows. She did a great job, and then I invited her on another show of mine, and she came on there and did a great job again, you know. Everything was all good. Then she, as far as I remember, I'm just going off memory here. She did a show one weekend by herself, and it was pretty good. And then by the end of the show, shit had got real crazy for her. And then Flat Still Earth, Vlad, did his own live stream and had on They Lie Ohio, and he had on myself. And we were having a great conversation. And then Barbie was around, or I had gone to her and asked her if she wanted to come in or something like that. And I pulled her into Vlad's show, and he was okay with it. Earlier in the day, she had been live streaming for a long time, and she looked like she was doing fine. She came on Vlad's show and was foobarred. She was wasted. I mean, she was, you know, sheets to the wind. Fucked up, you know. And it's quite obvious, you know, she was slurring. She was tilting over. She had to go pee every 5 minutes. You know, this is what typically happens when someone was drunk, you know, someone's been drinking. So Satan asks, is Barbie still a flat earther? Well, I'll get to that shortly. Okay, so she did that show, came on Vlad's show, and I was embarrassed. I felt ashamed that I had let her on, because she hadn't been acting that way earlier in the day. I guess when she got done with her own live stream, she just decided to just get fucking hammered. And then she ended up on Vlad's show, and it was a big clusterfuck. And then during the show, she kept, you know, talking about how great Jed Skeptic Media is. And They Lie Ohio and Jed, they don't get along. And They Lie was trying to tell her, oh, you know, actually Jed's kind of a piece of shit, you know. And she was like, no, he's not. He's fucking great and all this. And he deserves to have his voice heard and all this bullshit. You know. And eventually, They Lie Ohio got sick of hearing about how fucking awesome she thinks Jed is, and he fucking left the call. And it was a shame, because it was such a great conversation that me, him, and Vlad had been having until Barbie showed up, you know. And we tried to include her and everything, but she was in a blackout. She was completely incoherent. Her sentences were not making sense. She'd start one sentence, and then halfway through it, she'd start another sentence. And then she just kept doing that 10, 11, 12, 13 times in a row. And then we eventually, eventually the show ended or something. I don't know. But so that was that. Then I went and then the next day, she had hopped onto, what was it? Dell's live stream and appeared on his show for a short while. Hold on a second. So she was on Dell's show, and she was doing it again. She was talking about how great she thinks Jed is and everything. I said some shit in the chat, because I was upset at how fucking plastered she had been the night before. And I don't even think she realized what she had done, like in her blackout, And I was just concerned, I thought she was a flat earther all this time, and I was just like, I just like kind of ignored the elephant in the room, the fact that she looks like she's, has a severe alcohol abuse problem issue in her life. And I recognize it because I used to be the same way. Years, like 15 years, what was it, 15 years? I don't even know. So many years ago when I was like the way she is. And I think she's older than me too. But anyways, she goes on Dell's show, and I get in there and talk about how, by her own admission, her own social anxiety disorder prevents her from having real people in her life that she can talk to. She said this on the air about herself. So instead, she goes on YouTube to talk to people. So, okay, whatever. Sad, but that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Can't judge that. A lot of people do that. Whatever. It's normal, actually. Because, there's people out there on the internet and you can at least talk to somebody. Okay. But I just feel as though there was something going on there where she kept going live more and more, and she kept getting more and more drunk during each live stream. And I felt like she was using the live streams as an excuse to drink so that she could beat her anxiety, so that she could talk on air. But the reason she was on air was because she had no friends. But the reason she had no friends was because she had social anxiety. But the reason she drinks is because she has social anxiety. But the reason she drinks is because she's on the air. So you see how that she had set herself up a nice little codependency pattern of behavior with the alcohol, a nice little self-justification, a way to self-medicate, and a way to abuse the alcohol. She found a means to justify her issue. And I found it heartbreaking, because I had seen her on the more sober side, and she was great. And then I saw her just sliding downhill so fast, So some time passes, a couple days. Nothing is said. She privately Skyped me and said, "Do you have issues with me? Let's talk it out." So I hopped on another show of hers where somebody else was on there. I think Tim Osmond was on there or something. We ended up talking about something else. She never got to me about this whole thing. I thought, maybe I was a little rough on her the next day, being, trying to like punish her for being a drunk and worshiping Jed and shit and pissing off Ohio. Someone who me and Vlad were like really happy that we had gotten on to his show. And she went and ran him off. She never got around to talking to me about it. Over the next couple of days, things kind of smoothed over. I kind of had hoped that maybe she forgot about what I was doing because she seemed like she'd maybe been getting a little bit better. And maybe I felt, oh, Barbie's really smart. She probably saw it. She probably knows what I said and is just cool-headed enough to just kind of let it slide, and just, maybe realize, shit, I was probably so loaded. I don't even fucking know what I did. So maybe VB was pissed now. He's not attacking me anymore. Maybe I can just chill out, let some time pass, whatever. So then, what What was it? What was it? May 1st rolls around. I go and do, a solo live stream May 1st, Monday, a couple days before this. As soon as it ends, I know I have to edit out breaks. So I like to, listen back to the video so I can write down where I need to edit out the dead air. Because if you notice, I edit out all the intermissions of my shows, especially when I'm going solo because I take smoke breaks. And so I like to write down and just listen back to myself because it's fun, I do it the one time. I cut out all the big blocks of space and any, stuff I don't want on camera. I cut that shit out. And then I make it public again or whatever. And the video usually loses a whole bunch of, crap, and it's condensed into just pure content. So you're getting the whole show, but you're, minus the cigarette breaks and minus me, playing silly music and dancing around and taking, rips and stuff. Taking rips. And so May 1st rolls around. I go ahead and do a show. As soon as I get off the air, I'm checking back to my own show. So I'm not even paying attention to what's going on YouTube. Apparently at that time, Barbie had started a hangout nearly when I had ended, or maybe before I had ended, whatever. She started her own hangout. And I wasn't watching it. After I got done editing my video and everything, she was still going. I finally went on the show. I think IPS was one of her guests. I think Lori Gail had been on the show earlier and left by the time I got there. But so they were still going, and when I got on, I clicked back on the video a little ways to see what was the general gist of this kind of conversation. Was it mostly IPS talking? Was it Barbie talking? What were they talking about? And I had heard at some point where she was saying, basically, am I not providing truth to my listeners anymore? Should I have my channel? Is it pointless for me to do what I'm doing? Am I being effective? Is what she was asking. So I get on there and I ask her just to make sure, hey, so were you asking your viewers, are you being effective? And she just sat there all quiet. And she's like, don't play coy. I'm like, what happened? She's like, don't play coy. I'm like, maybe IPS can help me tell me what happened. She's like, stop playing coy. You know what happened. I'm like, I really fucking don't. Can you please clue me in? And then she tells me, oh, I heard you were talking shit about me to Dell. She knew the day after because she wrote me and said, do you want to talk things out? So she knew all along. Okay. And she knew that I was, I'd said that day. And then I didn't really regret what I'd said, but I just kind of eased off in the name of peace. She asks me to come on the show. IPS is on the show. She fucking says, she's like, don't be coy. She breaks it out, tells me what happened. I immediately say, yes, I did talk shit to you. And I said this, that, and the other about, you're using the shows and your social anxiety as a loophole to continue your behavior. And then you're doing more and more shows so that you can drink more and more and more and more. And it's an obvious behavior. Okay. We've seen many people do many things very, that's classic addiction. I told her all that. Fucking Lori Gail comes in. Okay. Just butts her fucking nose all up in the middle of my business where it doesn't belong. Doesn't even belong in Barbie's business, really, when it comes to this. And let's see. She sits there in denial. Lori defends her blindly. I start fucking telling Barbie McGill real truth, telling her I see the pattern I see the excuses that you're using to justify your self-medication. I see your pattern, and I don't want you to regret making a fool of yourself like this, having blackouts on YouTube fucking live streams where people are talking about, metaphysics and flat earth and, the fact that the sky is intangible, and it can't be used to disprove a flat earth. And the fact that NASA fakes everything, and the fact that there's all these like globe people that were once flat earthers that now fake being skeptics of flat earth just so that they can pretend to be on some kind of cutting edge, when it's really just their need for, attention, and they want to just be different and stuff. And instead of just having a real personality, like people like Daylight Ohio or myself or Vlad having a real personality, they just do things like this to distract from the fact that they really don't have a personality, and they're really atrociously boring people on the inside and on the outside. And, we're talking about these kinds of things. Everybody's talking about these kinds of things all the time, in all the chats. And she's over here just being shit-faced, okay? And it's embarrassing, okay? If that was me, I would be so fucking embarrassed, man. And I don't know if she just didn't realize, So apparently Lord Stephen Christ was on the show too, and he was talking about when I first popped in and listened to the live bit, once I caught up to the live, he was basically like calling her out for just, not really taking a position on anything, talking in circles, and just doing it for attention, which, she did. She was doing. That's all it was, and that's all she does do. She doesn't really know, either way. And now she says she's a glober. I didn't know. I thought she was a flat earther when I joined the call. And when I was telling her about her problem with alcohol and how I don't want to see her embarrass herself, basically, because I care. Apparently I'm the only one that fucking cares in the room. When I was telling her that, I still, in my back of my mind, thought Barbie's a flat earther. Because when she had been on my shows and when I talked to her on other shows, I know she had been toying with the idea of like, I'm not sure, it might be a globe. I keep my options open. But I generally had the feeling that she was kind of a flat earth believer and a proponent and had done many videos supporting the idea. And so I didn't even know that she had just like freshly turned against flat earth like minutes before I had been watching, because I was doing my own shit on my own show, on the after post-production of my own show. And I come in there and I didn't even know that she had just in that fucking short amount of time had publicly turned glober, So I didn't even know that. And I was just, as a friend, coming in there to try to kind of intervene. And of course, Lori butts her nose in. Okay. All right. So okay. Now let's go in another direction. It plays into this. So old Jed, cringy old Jed, did a show about a week ago saying flat earthers, why all the hate? Okay. So of course I wrote in a bunch of reasons. I happen to be one of the first people that caught it live because I was at work and I would just check in on YouTube and, oh, new video from someone I'm subscribed to. Yeah, because I'm always been subscribed to Jed. And I click on it and, it was like a small handful of people watching. He had just started his show. I don't even think he was on the air, but he was typing in the chat. But I could be wrong because there was issues that day with YouTube. So, he said whatever. He said he read out my complaints, my grievances, and, answered why all the hate. He read it out and everything. And then I left because I was at work. I was at work till like 10:30 p.m. that night, or that general time, like normal, like every Tuesday night. And fucking I didn't even really participate in like 95% of the show, just basically the beginning. I might have popped in a couple times, one or two times, maybe one time during the show at some point, just to see and just to throw a comment in or something. But I definitely wasn't watching the show until, after the fact, after he had, and I watched it either that night after work or the next day after work, or maybe even 2 days after that. But still, I still watched the whole thing, but just not live. And, on my May 1st show, I brought up the fact that Jed had this show. Okay, on my last show, I brought up the fact that Jed had this show asking Flat Earthers why all the hate, and that I was at work and that I would have participated in it. Now, Jed watched my May 1st show, watched me say, okay, that I was at work and couldn't participate in the show. And then, what was it? I guess yesterday or something, he dropped some 45-minute video, maybe yesterday, saying that I ran away, even though I specifically addressed this before. So Jed is a complete lying sack of fucking shit, okay? Because he fucking sat here. In fact, Jed was number 3, the third person to appear in the fucking live chat, and was there for pretty much the duration of the show. It was arguing with They Lie Ohio, who I said earlier, they don't like each other. So Jed Skeptic and They Lie Ohio went at it the whole fucking time in my show. Now, if Jed wants to say, VB, I had you on mute and I was interacting in your chat because I don't care about you, or whatever the fucking lie he wants to say, then why the fuck are you out here? Just to troll chats? And then you claim that you're the guy who's out here for the truth, when you're not doing shit except just going into chats and fucking attacking people that are in opposition to you and frankly have the superior position to you, let's see here. Now, that is, I took a couple notes. That is some preteen, 12-year-old girl shit, to do petty ass shit like that, Jed. And that's like the 4th or 5th time I've caught you in things like that. I never bothered making the videos about him, but so many times Jed has fucking literally listened to someone say something and then come back and bald-faced fucking lie to his fucking listeners and shit. And this is a prime example of one. Because on May 1st, Jed saw me fucking explain. And I even said on May 1st, I was grateful that Jed specifically did not claim that, since I had been in the chat earlier and then not later, did not claim that I was running away, being, a coward or something. And I was thankful for that on the May 1st episode of VB Livestream. And so what does the fucker do? He watches me say that, and then like a little fucking bitch, Jed, you go on and you fucking, I'm going to make sure I specifically say the exact opposite thing of what Relevation Boy says. Is that some kind of like troll trick? Is that some kind of like fascist fucking brown shirt fucking bullshit that you and Timmy, your little boyfriend Tim Osmond, fucking like learned together, like researched on together? And yes, you two are a couple, Jed. You have it right. You are a fucking couple. You're in fucking separable. You're so deep up inside of each other's shit, Jed. How do you like that? How's it feel when someone just says fucking straight up shit, just in complete fucking opposites of the reality, like what you fucking do? You're a fucking joke, Jed. And okay, let's see what else I took notes on. Now this is the kind of behavior that we can fucking expect from the kind of guy who wants to sit there and be a manipulator and be a fucking devil on Barbie McGill's fucking shoulder. Sit there and fucking coddle her in her drunken stupors and enable her to be that way. And same goes for you, Lori Gale. And don't say, I'm a woman. Oh, how dare you attack me? You want the equality? If you pull bullshit, you're going to get called out for it like you called a man out. Because what you're doing is bullshit. Okay? You came in there and you literally just like coddled her and just encouraged her to just keep fucking being a fuck up, get all plastered, and come on the air and shit, make a fucking fool of herself, make a fool of fucking Flat Earth, make a fucking fool of now Globe Earth, And it's funny. She had no problem being a drunk ass and telling everyone she was a flat earther all that time. And then it's the second she turns to the globe earth, she's going to turn her channel off and not embarrass herself anymore and not do the same favor for the fucking globe side. It's sick, weird manipulation. And I'm not going to generalize and say it's women in the flat earth, because it's not. Because we got great females in the flat earth. You know, there's asshole guys and there's good guys too. But you just happen to be females that are on the asshole side of things. Lori Gale and fucking Barbi McGill. In fact, it brings me back to the time, Lori kind of really just suckered me in to doing a show where it ended up looking like I was kind of like helping her defend herself from Big Bad Dell. Or it kind of looked like I had been attacking Dell. I even had to come out with a video after the fact saying, did Validation Boy attack Dell? Where I literally took every single quote from my video that I had spoken concerning Dell, even vaguely, and put it all on audio and clips together and asked the viewer, did I attack Dell? Because I didn't. But the thing is, I had been suckered in. I didn't want to say this before, but I was going to say this on the very next show after this, but I decided to be fucking nice. But I had been suckered in by Lori Gale, because as it turns out, and even at the end of the show that she had been on, that I had her on with Tim Osmond, I even like figured it out by the end of the show, because I didn't really know the story, but listening to her and listening to everything she had said, by the end of the show, I had realized, wait a second, Lori, you're the one that fucking went out of your way to provoke Dell. You're the fucking troll. And then Dell comes back at you and you come running to fucking Jed or Tim Osmond, and then to me. Protect me from Big Bad Dell. So you're like a little shit stirrer that just runs about. And then I see you like a fucking devil, on fucking Barbi McGill's shoulder with your sweet, soft voice. Just coaxing her to sleep. It's okay, little Barbie. You'll be all right. You just need to stop drinking. Or whatever the fuck her problem is and shit, Whatever it is, it's fucking ridiculous. How old is she? Okay? You can't control your fucking alcohol. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what else I had fucking written down. Okay. Oh, yeah. And then there's always the whole element of like, Jed even more wanting to coddle, and even Lori, now that she's basically turned into a glober, wanting to coddle Barbie and protect her because, she's just another piece on their chessboard that they think that they've won back. So they'll just do whatever it takes. So they'll coddle her. But no, Lori wants to sit there and like sweet talk her to sleep and just, what do you know? The next day, okay, Barbie wakes up and she's sober for a couple hours and she gets on Skype and tells everybody, and then fucking probably goes and does the same thing. And it probably was just getting worse and worse on a daily basis on a fucking cycle. I know the behavior. I almost ventured into that behavior my fucking self when I was much younger and much more fucking emotionally fucking stunted, And this is bitter, bitter truth. And I was the only one on that show with Barbie. I still thought she was a flat earther. I thought that the only topic was, am I doing good? And I came on there to fucking intervene on her with her fucking alcohol and her self-embarrassment. I see Lori's in the chat. Lori, I hope you go back and listen to the whole fucking chat. But anyways, let's see. Yep. Lori and fucking Jed, okay? Knowing that Lori would be the kind of person that would do the whole manipulation thing and like try to get me involved in an attack on Dell and defending herself against Dell, when really she's the one that had provoked him. Oh, then there was the whole time when I did like my first or second live stream, or the first time I tried to have guests, and Lori popped in, and then fucking she sat there with Conspiracy Mystic and tried to pretend like there was audio problems. And I asked like 4 or 5 people who are really knowledgeable about all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, that was totally on her end. You saw this, you saw that, you clicked on this, and you saw this happening. I was like, yep. And I had my thing on and everything, and I could hear myself and everything. And they're like, yeah, that was just her. So I don't know what the fuck Lori was trying to do that day. And then it was like she wanted me to give her the controls of the show, I think, or give Conspiracy Mystic the controls of the show, so they could like go wrench mad on my show. And thank God I didn't. Thank God I did not give the power to you. And yeah, that is what did I say here? That's the fucking lowest of the low. Taking advantage of fucking Barbie, who's in her drunken stupor. And so you can like basically laugh at her behind her back, but be nice to her face. And you'll just do anything it takes for your fucking side, you know? Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. And, you know, that's the thing, is that she's the one choosing to abuse herself with the fucking alcohol. It's all her. And she always wants to play the victim card. So anyways, another part of fucking Jed's show, he said that Validation Boy can't understand why people like Jed better. Well, people like who? Lori, Barbie, P. Mars? Other normies and shit? Self-declared, like, proud, fear-mongered fucking normies who are, like, so scared of even, like, free thought that they, like, go back and, like, push the globe and push fucking other crap. And now, Jed, you're convinced that you're the bloodline of Jesus Christ and shit like that. Lord Stephen Jed now. I mean, what, Lord Jed Christ now, right? God Skeptic Media, right? I guess you weren't even kidding. You're going to be like the next LSC. You really think that you're Scottish people, and then probably even more so your own family. I bet, like, in some part of, I bet Jed sits there and pretends like he's some kind of fucking royal king and that he's the bloodline of fucking Adam and fucking Eve and Moses and Noah and shit and Abraham, you know, and Jesus. Anyways. And also, you say people like Ingmar. Well, I mean, that's kind of silly if you check the sub count. I think I have something like 80 or 90 more subs than you do. But that's the thing, you know. Every sub I have, I'm so proud of. You know, I'm so happy that those people decide to sub to me and that they want to hear real truth. You know, the ugly truth. Thing is, yeah, of course, Jed, you could surpass me in view counts or in sub counts. You know, you could easily, because you know your trajectory was on the rise there for a while and it died back down or whatever. But it was on the rise there for a while. You could easily, but it's just gonna be people like you that act like little 12-year-old girls, you know, and do little conniving things and sit like devils on the shoulder of a sad drunk woman and shit who just wants attention and talking about stuff, and you just see her as like a piece, a pawn on a chessboard, and you just like pounced on her show and you use her like a tool. And then, like, I remember when you got on there with Pete Shea and you just totally disrespecting her show. You were even yelling over her, who was trying to control the argument and give him his shot, give you your shot, give him his shot, give you your shot. And you wouldn't even let Barbie direct the show. You were so all about your fucking pathetic self, Jed, that you just even totally brutally disrespected the hostess, Barbie, yourself. And then you want to run around on your fucking show and act like this, that, and the other. Even when I was on Barbie's show, I was still letting people take their fucking turns and say shit. The people that talk over people are the truly weak and pathetic ones. The ones who laugh. They'll do like a long, extended, high pitch, irritating, stupid, long, over dramatic fucking laugh. You know, those are the people I don't even take seriously at all. You're still operating at that level, and you don't see how talking over somebody is a direct fucking indication of your fucking lack of fucking ball sack or lack of fucking intelligence and integrity. And you're one of the people that do that, Jed. And you know who else does that? P. Mars. And you know who else does that? Fucking Tim Osman. And you know who else does that? Some other fucking leading flat earth names that I don't even want to fucking say because I'm not trying to attack those people. But there's certain people out there that operate at that level. You know, maybe Pete Shea is one of those people too, but you're definitely one of those people, Jed. And like, you know, you're the one that's calling the fucking kettle black. You pounce up in Barbie's room and just dog out the whole fucking thing. And then you come back crying with your fucking tail between your legs talking about, I'm sorry I fucking did that to you, to your show, Barbie. You had like 2 shows between since then. Why didn't you apologize on those shows? You only apologize after fucking Barbie takes her channel down because she's just a fucking pawn on a chessboard for you, Jed. You're fucking disgusting, bro. You're despicable, bro. There is a fucking special spot in hell for fucking devils on people's shoulders like you, Jed. You're fucking creepy, bro. You're fucking evil and sadistic, bro. You're a little shit, bro. People like you, okay, in my neighborhood growing up, wouldn't have lasted long, bro. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, you fucking motherfuckers. Yeah. So I'm back. Anyways, So aside from all this fucking, Jed has fucking kids, man. Fucking kids having kids, man. Immature fucking people having children and shit. I just fucking I feel fucking sad for them. I feel sad for Jed's fucking kids, man. I hate that I have to stoop to this fucking level, but I mean, like, what's Jed gonna do? Is he gonna be like a fucking troll to them, like he is to, to everybody else in his fucking life by his own fucking admission? His own fucking admission that he just is a life troll. He's just a fucking life troll and shit. Is he gonna be a fucking devil on the shoulder of his fucking own kids? Is he gonna fucking pit them against each other? I picture it. I picture Jed just trolling even his own fucking family. He probably trolls his own fucking wife. Probably trolls his own fucking like family and his fucking parents and shit too. And besides all this, fucking Barbie asked people to come on and tell her what they were thinking. And I get in there and she's getting nothing but coddling. And it seems like I'm the only one with enough fucking respect to call out the situation, because it wasn't just her that this was all her fault. It wasn't just, the fault wasn't all hers. Yes, it was her fault that she had gotten herself to this place, but it was Lori also, because IPS was sitting there. He's new to her. He was just trying to be nice. I think I don't think he had evil intentions, by sitting there and talking to Barbi McGill, for probably maybe even the first time they ever talked. I think, I'm not sure. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, he's new to the scene, so whatever. And so I don't think he had any I don't know. I don't even know what was said because she deleted the show. I couldn't even go back and watch what had happened for the hours before that I wasn't even on the show. So I don't even know what was said. Like I said, when I came into the show, I didn't even know that she had freshly turned Glober, or declared herself a Globe believer. And she had asked people to come on. So I guess I was the only one with enough fucking respect for her, and the only one that fucking cared enough to give her real and honest, real life truth. Because at the level at the trajectory she's headed on, alcohol can literally fucking kill you. Okay? So does Lori and Jed and the people that encourage her and coddle her and enable her, would they just rather see Barbi McGill hospitalized? Would you guys rather just see her dead? Is Lori like a devil on her shoulder, laughing at Barbie behind her back on her shoulder, telling her to just go to sleep and, keep doing what you're doing until she eventually kills herself off or hospitalizes herself with her abuse of alcohol or whatever the fuck she's doing? Because you can't sit there and tell me she fucked up on something. Okay? That's just stupid. Okay? She gets foobarred where she can't even fucking formulate fucking sentences and shit. And foobarred means fucked up beyond all recognition. Okay? Foobarred. Okay? And seems like it seems like that's the case. It seems like they really are just fucking devils on her damn shoulder, man. It's fucking disturbing, man. Those are the kind of people that are around, and they're like a little network. Your Jeds, your Tim Osmonds, like it or not, you are associated. Your P. Marses and shit. He's pretty nice. He's all right, but he does his little fucking things. Whatever. This ain't about him or any of those other people. It's about what's really going on. And I feel like whoever certain women in the Flat Earth community or around the Flat Earth campfire, I feel like some of them will just go with whatever a guy says because they like the guy. I don't think they actually care what the substance is. I mean, look at how some, you guys know what I'm talking about. They'll go with that guy because they think, oh, he's a cool guy. So whatever that fucking guy says, they just back him up. For a while there, these women were flat earthers. Then they found some other guy they thought was cool or something and new and fresh. And they go and jump on that and fucking follow whatever that dude says. And y'all know it's true. And it's fucking, it's hilarious. It's sad and weird and awkward and really a sign of people's horrifying loneliness. But It's there. Oh, jeez. Satan says, I forgot to mute it while I hit my crack pipe. Well, as you all know, it's definitely not a crack pipe. But instead, it's an organic plant that grows naturally. And I think that the creator put it here for us. And it occurs in nature. And that's funny. It's funny you say that, because during the whole attempted uh, wake up call I was trying to give Barbie, Lori, okay, just to prove how low they will go, and just to show how quick she is to just fight someone, um, jumps in and says, "Oh, look at the kettle calling the pot calling the kettle black." Someone who sits there and gets loaded on drugs. Okay, anyone who has smoked and drank knows that these are two vastly fucking different things. And that is the most sad and tired and pathetic argument you could have possibly used right there, Lori. Okay. And it just shows really more your character, because come on, that's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe Barbie and you should, instead of getting loaded drunk on cans of Busch Light or whatever the fuck garbage beer y'all drink, maybe you should go smoke a fucking doobie. Weed occurs naturally. Okay. It's organic. And it expands your brain's powers. Alcohol is chemical bullshit, and it's for fucking weaklings and losers. And it's nasty as fuck, and it's fake as fuck, and it does nothing but kill your brain. So, I'd rather see Barbie happy and thinking deep thoughts instead of bogged down by poison like that and killing her own brain. Drinking her own brain or whatever the fuck she's doing to death. Okay? I'd rather see that. Sorry. So you can make that comparison all fucking day long. So, okay. And, oh yeah, okay. I basically already covered this bit, I was trying to show Barbie some tough love. And I said that to her, and she understood what was going on. And at one point she did the whole, I'm going to cry right now, fake cry thing. And then, someone said something and she got all fired up. 10 seconds later, she forgot she was supposed to have been just crying 10 seconds ago. And these are all behaviors I've seen from addicts I've known. Many of my friends have been alcoholics and drug addicts and shit. Seen all kinds of behavior, And we're talking about people that are like 10 years older than me, or 5-10 years older than me, sometimes 15-20 years older than me, behaving like this, man. And then you got Jed too, backing him up, coming on the air, directly lying to his listeners, when everybody knows he was the third person in the chat that night and was there for the whole show and saw me talk about the fact that I had to work the night that you allegedly invited me on, because really, Jed, you didn't fucking send no hangout link or nothing. You have me blocked on your fucking hangouts and shit. Okay. You always have, ever since the fucking time that I, emailed you concerning Tim hacking my fucking private user account on the internet like a fucking criminal and invading my fucking personal accounts, So I forgot to do the first 5, but I think I can vaguely remember. I think, damn, who was number 1? Son of a gun, who was number 1? I think Richard Clark. I know Ryan Elvez was number 5. Rob S was number 3. Earth Sweetheart was number 4. Richard Clark was like number 1 or 2. Damn. Oh well. We got P Mars in the house. We got Lori Gale in the fucking house. What a loser. I know Jed is a big fucking loser, Lori. He definitely is. Just like you, you're a fucking devil fucking on Barbie McGill's shoulder. Charlotte 66 tries to call me out and say vaguely remember. Well, the thing is, it was long ago, and I wasn't paying attention, and I also thought that my thing would save it, but this time it didn't. So I lost a big chunk of the first part of the chat, anyways. Oh well. I'm sure it's all really productive. Flat Still Earth, an amazing channel everybody needs to check out, says my sub count is so low that I appreciate every single one of them. Yep, me too. Yeah, I mean, Patricia Steer had been watching that show live, and then on her episode of Secret Show that she did with Mark a couple of days ago, she fully acknowledged the situation and had my fucking back because she's smart and she saw the whole fucking thing go down. And you guys are like little fucking devils, man. And now everybody fucking knows it. Anybody that fucking matters, anyone who I fucking care what their opinion is of me or whatever the fuck, they're probably listening to fucking Secret Show too, you know? And so they know what happened. They know I tried to intervene. They know I tried to fucking demonstrate to her that, you know, you're in a situation right now where you shouldn't be putting yourself out there. And you know, at the time, I thought that Barbie was a flat earther. Even after the whole thing had ended, I still did. I didn't even find out that Barbie had turned to the globe until I watched Patricia and Mark talking about it, because Barbie had erased the show. So I didn't even know. I just was fucking around on YouTube and, oh, Barbie McGill's live. Clicked on it. I heard this, that. I heard her saying, come on in here and tell me what you fucking really think of me, people. And I'm like, give me the link. And she immediately sends me the link, fucking asks me. She's like, lay it on me, VB. Tell me everything. And I'm like, okay. And I did, basically. So she asked for that. Barbie asked for that. This was her way of doing this. And now look at all the attention she's fucking getting. You know? That's what this is about. She's doing the whole thing where she pulls her channel, and then when she comes back, she's hoping for a spike, a surge in subs. But if she's going to come back in the condition that she left in, oops. If she's going to come back in the condition that she left in, does she fucking deserve to get a spike in subs? Charlotte 1966 says he's always been about the drama. Don't be conned by his fake flat earth shtick. Well, Charlotte, I'm not sure if you know the history of Validation Boy. The fact that back in like 2012, 2013, I was making fucking epic thread posts with thousands of views and replies on popular internet debate forums concerning many, many, many details of why the earth is flat long ago. And it's all documented. And I just never got onto YouTube until well after all the big names had been fully established and totally popular. So I had a snowball's chance in hell of gaining any kind of like notoriety from being a flat earther. But on the internet in general, I was one of the first warriors of flat earth. It's truth. It goes way back, you know? And I guess I am a little proud of it, but at the same time, like there were so many people before me that there's no way I can sit here and say, I'm an original fucking badass flat earther and shit. Because in reality, man, you know, I wouldn't even find out about none of this if it wasn't for Conspiracy Dude, who found out about it from Eric Dubay, who found out about it from what, Robotham or something. Maybe there's jump. That's a big jump. That's silly of me to say that. But you know, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of people. But I was definitely in the fucking thick of it and getting big time fucking heat from anonymous fucking internet trolls. Hundreds, thousands. Oh, fuck you. Fucking stupid. Anyways, that's what I've been doing. Charlotte 1966 says no, VB has to take drugs every 5 minutes. Yeah, drugs and shit. Man. Lori Gale says VB had to use notes tonight. Yeah, I did because I had so much shit to say. Like watching you and watching Jed and just thinking about the whole situation and thinking about the quality of friendship that you and Jed provide to someone like Barbie and someone that's in the situation that Barbie's in. It says so fucking much about you guys. I'm going to take another fucking break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you to the 35 viewers who have now joined me. This is awesome. Thanks, guys. I'll be back. I mean, this has got to be the best live stream chat you guys have ever seen. Test Vision says VB ranting is fun. Yeah, it is. When I get going, it's pretty fucking awesome. I see P Mars in here talking shit. I see Twitwit talking shit, saying, "Where does VB never had it?" About whatever. Someone said I lost it. Losing my mind. She's saying he never had it. Someone here, Agent of Providence, saying I'm being weird and I'm extremely transparent and it's all about my ego. No, it's not about my ego. It's about the fact that I came up in the thing and it was between me and Barbie and I was being honest with her. And everybody has to use it as a chance, as an opportunity to go against me. Because a lot of you fucking people just hate me anyways. I know a bunch of you people are probably subscribed to me because you fucking hate my guts. And that doesn't necessarily make you evil pieces of shit. But you do have to understand that most of you guys don't even have the best of intentions for even being on YouTube in the first place. So Twitwood says, "Get back on the mic, you tool." And Charlotte says, "And where are your mates now, VB?" What mates? I didn't invite anybody on. I don't want to subject anyone who I would consider a mate, a friend. I wouldn't want to subject anybody to have to sit here while I handle this business with these fucking devils that sit on people's shoulders and are fucking creepers and are always up to something. Just always up to something. Dell's right about a lot of shit that he says when he just calls out certain people. I don't know. It's just like, I just went in Barbie's shit to be fucking honest to her, especially while Lord Stephen Christ was sitting there, trying to, okay. So he was doing a good thing. It was calling out her stupid behavior, her sick need for attention. He was calling that out. And then from what I heard, I don't really know. That's the tail end of what I heard. Cause as soon as I got in there, he kind of left, but, I go in there, I'm talking to her about this shit. And she asked. She wanted that conversation. So, sorry, guys. I was just being honest. It looks like you guys just hate honesty. Does that mean that you Globers, you fucking love lies? And it makes sense because you're fucking Globers. And you're trying to use, some of you guys was trying to use fucking Barbie as your fucking chess piece. You're twisted fucks, a lot of you. Let's see what else is going on in the fucking chat. Lori Gale's in here saying, "And talking shit." Lori, it doesn't matter. Anyone who watches this show from the beginning, they're going to know. They're going to see. Okay. Dick Trippinballs says, "Everyone knows Barbie is a drunk." When she was on with me, Jeff Stewart, and Flat Still Earth and Earth Sweetheart, first thing that everybody said, or the first thing that Jeff and Earth Sweetheart were going at was, "Hey, you've been drinking? You've been drinking?" Like, because I guess she seemed pretty coherent enough at the time, but recently it's gotten really bad, And I just recommend anyone who's joining this right now live, go back and when this is over, just go back and watch the whole thing. And Lori says, no one knows what's going on inside someone's life, and this is just plain cruel. How's it cruel? She literally asked for this. She asked for this. So I don't know who the fuck you think you are, Lori. You're making this about yourself. You're in here pandering to this fucking chat of people, Lori Gale, and like trying to paint some picture. And once again, trying to fucking play the a damsel in fucking distress card. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're some kind of fucking automatically fucking you're a Fabergé egg that we all just have to fucking worship, because you've been exposed now fucking poking at Dell and then running to Tim and then even running and even further and getting Validation Boy involved, and I had to take the show down because Tim came in and he was all he was doing was trashing Dell, which at the time I was like, iffy if I wanted to go that way. I didn't really want to go that way at that time at all. And I guess, and then also Tim, used the opportunity to throw in all this crap about, we live on a globe and all this crap, So I took the video down anyways. It seemed to piss off a whole bunch of people. They're like, why are you giving this guy a platform? And it was like, it was only fair. At the time, I felt it was fair. And, under certain circumstances, even now, I would still consider it maybe fair to have Tim Osborne on my show at some point. I'm not saying that, like, because this is the joking about that me and Tim do and trolling each other and shit, whatever. It's pretty minimal, and it's not out of hand. But when we're talking about someone drinking themselves into oblivion, possibly into a fucking diabetic fucking coma from alcohol abuse and shit, and then like using going live on YouTube as an excuse to continue doing that, and using the whole loop about social anxiety that you openly admit that you have, and then you do this crazy shit, and then you literally invite pretty much me on to the show to tell you what I'm thinking. And you knew what I was going to say, Barbi Mcgill. You knew exactly what I was going to say. You knew where this was all going because you saw the shit I had been writing in Dell's chat about you, which was the same exact fucking things I tried saying to you, between the fucking all the minutes that were spent on Lori Gale just trying to talk over me and do her little fucking I'm gonna talk all soft and like and take over the whole show like this and constantly make noise so that nothing you say can be heard. It's just bullshit. And how old are you guys operating like that? Give me a fucking break. I don't even see why people even take some of you guys seriously after a while, Now I understand. And it's ugly that this has to be that way, but you guys are fucking globe asses anyways, So fuck all y'all anyways. And Lori, listen to Lori's bullshit lies. He seems to think I can take over controls of a hangout. That is what he said. You're a fucking liar, Lori Gale. All you do is constantly lie. You're a fucking devil. You're like a fucking demon, Lori. It's crazy. The fucking scariest demons are the ones that hide the fucking best. I mean, God, you're sick. Okay? And look, I'm going to repeat it again. When I went live that first time, tried to have you on, you were bullshitting. You were pretending like you couldn't get your audio working when everything was working just fine. Okay? You tried to get me to just stop my show and just come on your show. You wanted the views or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't even know if that was what it was, but I don't know what your deal was. And then after that wasn't working, you were like insisting that I hand the controls over to Conspiracy Mystic. I remember that. Just like, well, if you give her the controls, she'll be able to fix it all. So always with your fucking agendas, Lori Gale. It's sad. It's sad. I hate to have to do this, but like, and like, no, Schlominger. Schlominger says, so VB kind of sniped the Lori Barb Jed hangout to call them drunk whatevers, or was he attacked and reacted? No, that's not what happened. They were no, I'm not even gonna. You got to go back and listen to the thing. There was a series of shows. There was a series of events that transpired. Twitwit says this calls for shots. Yeah, get drunk. Go ahead and get drunk. These fucking idiots in chat, like Muscle Car Rock Liver. VB is getting his arse handed to him big time tonight. How can I be getting my ass handed to me when you're surrounding? I mean, this is nothing but hate. There's a couple flat earth people in here, but it's like 80% fucking globetards. Look at you guys. You guys worship at the altar of Validation Boy. All you globe fuck faces. You globe licking fuck asses. You know what I'm saying? All y'all worship at the fucking altar of Validation Boy. I'm the one that you just can't defeat. It's just like Timmy. Just like when I went on Gem Panda's show the other night and fucking laid the smack down over there and told them, hey, you guys are going to have to concede at some point soon because this is a big roadblock you will never get past. Okay? The fact that the sky is not touching the ground and you don't know what the sky is comprised of. It's a big roadblock that globe earthers are never, ever going to get past because it encompasses their entire model and their entire theory. Because everything they base their fucking ball shit on is not from observing the actual ball, going back and looking at the earth. They know that's not possible. So instead, they want to use this sky, which guess what? They don't even know what it's made of or where it is or what it is. It could be a projection. It could be a fucking drape hanging over something. It could be a fucking mirage. It could be a many fucking number of things. They don't know what the fuck it is. And they're saying that we definitely do live on a ball that is traveling at this speed, exponentiated, cubed to the power of fucking 250 billion because all the fucking different rotations and all the fucking gravity and shit and speed that's supposed to be happening in space. Okay. They want to say all these crazy, wild shit based on this intangible thing that they can't even prove. Technically, they can't even prove that the moon and the sun and the sky even fucking exist. That's their whole model. That's the lie. That's the lie of the globe. That's man trying to take credit for the creator's creation. Let's get back to the chat and let's randomly see. Test Vision saying he's here before me. Dick Trippin' Ball says, I agree with VB on the Barbie part. Yeah. Charlotte, since when has VB been the bastion of sobriety? I mean, if you consider consumption of a plant, you know, I mean, whatever. Trust me. I'd rather that's Twitwit. I'm here to look at the, yeah, whatever. Let's see. Shermanati. Shermanati says VB, shout us out. I'll shout you out, Shermanati. Test Vision says, I'm here for the drama. Damn. Well, I guess you came to the right place. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing is that I thought this drama would be able to be contained on Barbie's channel, you know? She crossed over on my channel. She always was good. I'm not going to take down the videos with her in them because she was fine on my shows. But then when she went on to Vlad's show, she disrespected the whole panel by showing up the way she did. Not only the host, but me, the guy who invited her. And then thirdly, the other guy in the thing was De La Ohio, who she just directly went to war with about Jed, basically. And, you know, De La tried to get her to kind of like leave it alone and stuff. And she kind of kept going back to it and stuff. And it was just crazy, man. It's like the drama. And Test Vision says, shout out to all the VB fans. There's a couple in here. Issa says FE is legit, but it is destroying people's mentalities on all sides. Okay. Much love to you, Issa. Okay. Anyone who doesn't get the bigger fucking picture here, and it would actually try to be stupid enough to make the claim that I'm somehow victimizing Barbi McGill. Okay. Is just completely fucking full of shit. Everybody knows the elephant in the fucking room, her problem, okay? And you know it's malicious for people to encourage it and coddle it because they want YouTube entertainment. Okay? It's disgusting. That's so disturbing. So anyone that takes that side of this argument is truly a fucking demon. All you fucking morons in here that are going to believe Lori Gale and her fucking twisted manipulations after all the fucking things that I've pointed out tonight. Okay? Then fuck you. If you were going to take that side, you're truly a fucking moron. If you don't see what happened, I was hoping that this drama would be contained on her channel. She asked for me to come in and lay the smack down and tell her the real, how I really felt about what she does on YouTube. And I'm like, well, since in my most recent experience with you, you've been great. And then all of a sudden you just get fucking plastered and you just make everything look like shit. You know? When you get involved lately, and I'm talking about over the course of like a week or two, just this rapid fucking downfall. And I don't know. I mean, am I wrong to go on her show when she invited me on to call her out for that shit so that she could then finally use it as an excuse to turn her channel off? I mean, who's the fucking bad guy here? If anything, I just did a favor for a friend. That's what she asked for. Looked like she was looking for a way to do it. And if she's going to like use a guy with 740 or something subs to use an excuse, to use as me as a fucking excuse for her quitting her thing and then coming back and trying to get a hoping for a spike or a surge of subs at a guy whose channel is 3-4 times smaller than hers. That's fucking pathetic. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this all plays out. Because then there was this Barbie Langley during Patricia's show where Patricia was fucking demonstrating the real fucking story because she was a fucking live eyewitness. Okay. And everybody in there knows it. Everybody that was watching that show knows that Patricia Steer had been in the show active for a very extended amount of time and witnessed everything that was said and commented live during the show and was like saying, well, I don't think VB has bad intentions. I think that I'm not going to speak for her, but I came in there and I was being honest with Barbie. I was talking like normal. And then Lori comes in there and starts throwing shit around. Just start fucking making up half-truths and blurting shit out of her mouth to try to stir drama. You know what I'm saying? I can smell drama 1,000 miles away. Usually I'm the one creating it, but I stepped into a fucking shitstorm there. It was a fucking trap. So once again, I find Lori Gale and fucking Barbi Mcgill, not Barbie McGill, but I find Lori Gale basically setting up traps and shit and weird fucking behaviors and shit. If anyone's a fucking agent provocateur, it's probably this fucking Lori Gale. Y'all think about it. Look how she manages to make her fucking her ridiculous self fucking relevant somehow. Shit, or is she even? She's not relevant. I'm sure she's I don't know. It doesn't even fucking matter. Everybody's fucking relevant. We all fucking know who each other is. It'd be a lie not to say, but I mean, the whole thing is that it just looks like, fucking Lori Gale is a little shit stir. It's sad. Fucking pathetic. And everyone's just going to be like, oh, I can't believe he's talking about like this to Lori Gale, this sweet little old lady. You guys just don't know. You don't see how the devil's fucking work on people's fucking shoulders and shit. God, man. Andrews Ace, good to see you. Captain Bullshit says, fuck all y'all globe licking fuck asses. Hey. Shermanati. Hot Pink says 34 watching. I want P Mars. Bald Potato from Twitwit. Space Lord 3. The fuck bag. Chilling. Rockin'. Someone says let's think about one for Lori, 2 for VB. Bunch of ones. I got OJ McBaggins voting for me. This is funny. Flash to Earth says still a fan. Rawkin says he don't know what's going on, but number 2. Yeah, see, that's the thing is that Barbie erased her show. So her and Lori can run around and say whatever the fuck they want. But I don't know. Patricia Steer is a pretty legit fucking witness, and everybody in that room knows for a fucking fact. And they'd be fucking lying to your fucking face and to themselves if they were to sit there and act like Patricia Steer didn't see the entire fucking thing go down and was in the chat the entire time of the entire event of me showing up. She was in there way before I was there, I think, and I showed up. So we all know that she was there. So, and she talked about it in a little bit of detail on our last show. So. All y'all fucking haters and shit. Most of y'all are globe fuckers anyways. So it doesn't even matter. You're all fucking wrong. Sorry that I, you know, and someone said, oh, VB's trying to be a hero. I'm not trying to be a hero. Barbie asked for people to like tell her what we really think. And it just so happens that what I had to say was maybe a little nasty, I guess, and judgmental. But at the same time, she's on a path to fucking literally dying from abusing alcohol the way that she looks like she's been drinking. And because you could see the pattern, you could see her fucking pattern in the amount of live stream and all the shit that she was doing. She's on a quick downhill fucking path. So it just so happens that what I was bringing up to her was also something that was going to maybe benefit her health. Yeah, and it's called tough love. If y'all want to sit there and act like I'm some big bad guy and shit, maybe I was actually trying to. Barbie knew she was in the wrong. That's why Lord Stephen Christ was able to continuously get the message across to her, which I believe she did come to understand, which was that she was doing this all for her fucking attention, and it was pathetic. And she was like fessing up to everybody that it was true. And then I came in and was like, oh, and by the way, you also use alcohol and social anxiety and your shit to fucking, you know, do this thing to yourself. And it's crazy, and you're embarrassing yourself, and just stop. And I thought she was a flat earther at the time. So I was just saying it to just kind of maybe be on the positive side. Yeah, it's an ugly, ugly ass truth. But fuck, would you rather be like Jed and Lori, who just want to be devils on her fucking shoulder and sit there and fucking rather see her get hospitalized for her problem, or fucking maybe even fucking die from it? You want to be like Jed and what and fucking tell Barbie that it's okay and just keep doing it until she just fucking withers away and dies or something? And then just defend her blindly and say that you care about her more and shit because what? Because you've been there on her shoulder, fucking sitting there encouraging her and enabling her to keep getting drunk and being there for her when she's so drunk that she can't start talking on a show. And then you get on there and you prod her on to talk because you just want some entertainment. You want someone to gawk at who's drunk. You just want to gawk at Barbie McGill. You're sick and twisted, Jed and Lori. You're sick, twisted fucks. In fact, you know what? Big shout out to fucking everybody. Most of y'all, fuck you. A couple of you, maximum love to a couple of you. You know who you are. Andrews Ace, Vlad, the list goes on. But most of you in here, kiss my fucking flat earth ass. You know what I'm saying? This has been fucking Validation Boy live stream. Get with the fucking program. You guys are fucking murderers. Okay? Don't be like that, okay? Get with the fucking program. This has been Validation Boy live stream May 4th, 2017.